Hello students, we are going to take up the characteristics of long form of periodic table. Okay, that means in detail we are going to study the names of the groups, right, the number of the groups and the periods. Okay, so let's begin with the vertical columns or groups. So there are how many vertical columns? Yes, you are right. There are 18 vertical columns. Now group 1 is known as alkali metal group. Okay. Now, why? Because it forms with water alkali, the water soluble base. Now, the speciality is it has got just one electron in its outermost shell, or we call this as valence shell. Okay. Then group 2 is also known as alkaline earth metal. It has got 2 electrons in the outermost shell, or it has 2 valence electrons. Then group 3 to group 12, they are known as transition elements, right? And they have got accordingly electrons in the outermost shell. Okay. Then group 13 is known as boron group. It has got 3 electrons in the outermost shell, or it has 3 valence electron. Now remember, boron is only metalloid, rest all are metals. Then we talk about group 14, which is the carbon group. Now it has got 4 electrons as the valence electrons, or it has got 4 electrons in the outermost shell. Now children, from this group onwards, you have got elements classified into non-metals, metalloids and metals. Then group 15 is known as nitrogen group. It is also known as pnictogen. Children, P is silent, so it is PNICTO. It is P silent, so the name is pnictogen. It has got 5 electrons as valence electrons, or 5 electrons in the outermost shell. Then group 16 is known as oxygen group. It is also known as chalcogen. Children, chalco means ore, right? Gen means forming. So these are the group which form the ores, right? It has got 6 electrons in the outermost shell, or 6 valence electrons. Now again, I told you, from the carbon group onwards, there are all the varieties. Means you have got elements classified as non-metal, metalloid and metals. Then we talk about group 17. Group 17 is known as halo. Halo means salt forming. So these are salt forming groups, right? And it has got 7 electrons in the outermost shell, or we call this as 7 valence electrons. Now children, this is the only group where all the members are non-metal. Okay, so you will find in boron group, that is group 13, boron is the only metalloid, rest are all metals, right? Alkali metal, alkaline earth metal, transition elements are also metals. In boron group, only boron is metalloid, rest are all metals. From carbon, the elements are classified into non-metal, metalloid and metals. Nitrogen also, oxygen group also. So these three have got all the 3 types of elements, but when we talk about halogens, it has got only non-metals. Then group 18 is also known as noble group or noble gases group or inert gas group. These noble gases have got 8 electrons in the outermost shell, except helium, which has got just 2 electrons in the valence shell. Is this clear? And it is considered that noble gases have got the complete octet configuration. Therefore, they do not participate in the chemical reactions, right? And also children, remember, the normal elements or representative elements are from the groups, group 1, group 2, group 13, group 14, group 15, group 16 and group 17. So these elements are known as normal or representative elements. Then children, after vertical columns we talk about the periods. So there are 7 horizontal periods which are written as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now the first period has got just one number of shell. Okay, second period has got 2 shells. Third period has got 3 shells. Fourth period has got 4 shells. Fifth period has got 5 shells. So likewise the number of periods tell you how many shells you have. Okay, then if we talk about the number of elements present, then you will find in first period there are just 2 elements, in second period there are 8 elements, in third period again 8 elements are there, in fourth and fifth there are 18 each, and in sixth and seventh there are 32 elements each. So we consider group 6 and group 7 as very long periods, right? Group 4 and 5 as long periods, group 2 and group 3 as short periods, and group 1 as very short period with only 2 elements. Okay, now since group 6 and 7 they are very long, they have got actually the 14 elements of lanthanides, and similarly group 7 has, period 7 has got 14 elements of actinides. So there are 14 elements which have been placed where? They have been placed in, if you see, this is the periodic table, right? So if you see the periodic table, this is 1, this is group 1 and 2, then group 3 to group 12, then you have got 13 to 18, and underneath you have got 14 elements lanthanide series, and you have got actinide series. So these are 14 elements each. Their position is here, but they have been placed over here at the base, right? So these are 14 elements each. So this is why we call the periodic table as long form of periodic table, with 18 vertical columns and 7 horizontal rows. Okay, now children, remember, this is interesting that the heaviest natural element, right, is plutonium. It has got atomic number 94, right, and it occupies the period 7. So the position is period 7, and where is it? It is in the series. Okay, so it is in the actinide series. Your target is open the periodic table and try to locate plutonium. Is this clear? The heaviest natural existing element. Okay, now with help of periods and group, children, we are able to identify, right, the valence electron, the size, the number of shells. Okay, and accordingly we are going to study how we can find out the behavior also. Okay, so let's take up an example. Suppose there is an element E and it has got atomic number 14. Okay, so and the question is, you have to mention to which period it belongs. So how we'll write? We'll write its first electronic configuration. So 14 can be written as 2, 8, 4. So 2, 8, 4. So this is first shell or K shell, right? Then you have got second shell or L shell, and you have got 4 in the third, that is M shell. So because of third period, first, second, third, that means this element belongs to third period, right? How many electrons are there? It has got 4 electrons. Okay, since it has got 4 electrons in the valence shell, right, and there are no 18 electrons over here, right, no 18, so that means this belongs to very short group, and this is from 14th group. Is this clear? So this you can easily make out if you know the atomic number. So if you know the atomic number, you can predict the position of the element in terms of periods and groups. There's another example. Say the atomic number is 9. Okay, so what is the electronic configuration? The electronic configuration is 2, 7. So this is first period, this is second period. So second period, right, and how many electrons? 7 electrons. So it belongs to 17th group. Okay, second period 17th group. Likewise, children, if atomic number is 12, so we write this as 282. So first period, second period, third, that means it belongs to third period. It has got 2 electrons in the outermost shell. That means it belongs to second group. Okay, is this clear? So by knowing the atomic number, we can break this into electronic configuration, and with help of electronic configuration we can predict the position of this element, okay, in terms of periods and groups. Right, now your target is select a number and try to give the position. Okay, thank you.